What up, Internet? What's going on? What are y'all doing? Y'all having a Monday? What's up? Happy Monday, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. Hopefully I didn't just blow out your ear, brains, drums. What is in my pocket? What? Oh, all right. Hopefully I didn't just blow out your ear balls. Hopefully I didn't blow out your earballs and your brains and all that good stuff. Happy Monday, warming it up here on a glorious Monday where quick, what is going on here? All right, there, whatever that little flyaway hair was. Oh yeah, there it is. It's gonna bother me in the preview over there. There we go. All right, so we're having ourselves a glorious Monday here, everybody. We got to check in with the weather real quick. Hey, we'll check in with the weather. Not so bad today. If you look out the window, it's not pouring down rain, but it's not nice either. Which, you know, hey, no complaints because it's not too bad out there. And, you know, can't complain about that with the weather just being reasonable, you know. We got to do the traffic. Checking in with the chopper. Chopper 5. It's bumper to bumper, chrome to chrome out there. We've got construction on the I-5. Hey, thanks for coming out today, everybody. We're here to talk about fish. We're here to talk about nonsense. We're just kind of doing our thing here. It's the live stream. It's Monday. I am gearing up. We are gearing up to leave town. So there's no video segment today, but I do have a big announcement coming up, and the reason why I don't have a big video segment is because all my other video segments have been used up. I'm using them all up so that while I'm out of town, you guys can be able to see a video every day if you like. I don't think I'm going to hit every day, but we will see how close I can get. Hopefully there will be an upload every day, but seems, looking at it right now, it's probably going to be like every other day. There'll be some new video out for you guys to check out, some tips and tricks or whatnots or projects or whatever I got going on. So hopefully we'll hopefully people will know. Or wait, what was I talking about? What happened? I trailed off. I lost my thought process. What happened? Oh, but either way, hopefully people will be happy even if it is just every other day. But I'll do my best to try and get all that together, but that's why we don't have any video segment. Also, there's another reason we don't have a video segment, but we got to bust into who was first to the chat. Mr. Bald and Dangerous himself coming in first to the chat today. Quickly followed by Charlie List and a couple of other people. But you all have been chatting like crazy, and now my chat has expired. But Bald and Dangerous was first to the chat today, so let's say hi to a couple of people. We got Lexi V, we got AJ Aquarium, we got the Turtle Girls here, Alyssa Bentley Pascal. See how that worked? Alyssa Bentley, then Bentley Pascal. Oleg Reshtov is here. What's up, Oleg? Good to hear from you. He's coming all the way from Ukraine. Coming all the way out from Ukraine to say hi. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Dan Squires is here. Good to see you, Dan, one of our illustrious moderators. You will see them throughout the chat. They all have the highlighted blue name with the wrench on them. If you have any crazy questions or whatever, go ahead and just throw them into the chat. Or, even if you're a later viewer and you have like some kind of crazy question to ask me, just throw it down into the comments. Not a big deal. We got Wasabi Tsunami here. We got Vexing Cat. We got Recab Harris. We've got Gone Mad, one of our fish fam. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. We got Jackson Kobayarks. What's up, my man? He says, Joel's going to blow up the internets and piss off Skynet at the same time. Probably. Yeah, I'm pretty regularly irritating Skynet on a regular basis. That's kind of what we do around here, right? We got Carson Anderson in the chat. It's good to see Carson out here today. He did Facebook me a message that I need to send him a link. I wonder if I can do that during the show without skipping a beat. I do need the other mouse if that's going to happen. But let me... Oh, never mind. He's already got it. He already got it figured out. That worked well. Okay. Yeah. I guess I skipped a beat anyhow, even though it was already done. Didn't need to do that. So we got that going on. But Jack, Jay and Keller? No. Jandon Keller. I don't know. Your name confuses me. What's up? Good to see you. We've got Frank Dominguez in the chat. Charlie List, of course. Steve. Wait. I don't know. Michael Moncur is here. What's up, Michael? I have to send Michael an email. But let's see what we got here. We got All About DIY up in the chat. Lauren McGrath saying she's definitely going to have to lurk outside Memphis, a.k.a. the best barbecue land. Well, it's always interesting with that barbecue argument, you know what I mean? It's like, I think that barbecue is just American, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's just specific areas to America. I think it's just all around America at this point, right? It's 2018. Everybody put all their secrets up on YouTube, right? Or on the Food Network. Excuse me. The pollen around here of late is murder, you know what I mean? So, sorry about that. Kang Lee's in the chat, Turbofish, Bracken, Savannah, the Aqua Llama up in there. I see Steve Shrimpery, and more. Killick Marathon. Man, I hope I got that right. From Turkey. What's up? Good to see you. Let's see who else is here. Karen Pepe rolling in. New York City, 80 degrees tomorrow. Rainy today, 80 degrees tomorrow. Yeah, that's definitely this time of year. It definitely is that yin and yang, right? It's bipolar weather, but that's going to be the time of year. That's what up. Wushu Jimmy Brown's here. The Zombie Drummer is here. And we do have a quick super chat we got to get to real quick from my man Rumbust all the way from Sweden. What's up, Rumbust? He just thrown it in the tip jar. Thank you very much, Rumbust. And the Zombie Drummer missed his Wednesday, but I see him in the chat. Wednesday! I owe him that much to at least yell Wednesday over that direction, right? Wednesday. But good to see everybody here. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. It's just a lot of chat to try and catch up to. Now I'm caught up, so if you have anything timely, I'll be busting in here and let you guys know what's up. Hopefully I can answer your questions as they come up or whatnot. But another great way to always be able to get a hold of me would be to pop on the email, the electronic mail action, and shoot me an email, joel@darkstararts.com, and oftentimes I'll be able to either address it in the show or just send you an email back. So that's a great way to do it, and that's a great way to go about it. Cichlid Nez is here. What's up, my man? I hear you're driving across country. Ruben is here, saying the video is very clear. Well, that's good. Put a lot of time and energy into getting this nonsense studio here together, and seems to be working out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the setup. That other computer has started to die, which, that's how that goes, right? You get one of them done, and then the other one starts to it be wanting some new parts, but it be gonna get run over by my truck if it keeps sass mouthing me, you know, because it's a computer, right? It's not like a human or anything like that. But let's see, we're 11 minutes in here. We've got 175 people. Should we do a hit the like button thing? What is that? The like spike? We should do the hit the like spike. And I'll give you a reason why you should hit the like spike. If all my moderators are feeling froggy, I'll have them throw something kind of cool. I talked to my man Kobe over at the Aquarium Co-op. If you guys have never been over to the Aquarium Co-op, and he sent us a discount code, you guys. We got a discount code today. Today only. Today only. The discount code. I can't remember what the discount code is off the top of my head, but I could go over to the chat thing here, and they will... Where is it? There it is. All right. So we've got a little bit of a gift today to the people. If y'all are interested in getting some fertilizers for your aquarium, and you want to use the fertilizer that I use, that I spend my money on, right? And that would be the Easy Green from Aquarium Co-op. And today we have a coupon code of LIVE25, which, as far as I know, is 25% off all of the Easy Green products, which is pretty amazing deal if you think about it. We got the Live 25. That's the 25% off all the Easy Green stuff. I would basically, if I were you, and by the way, if I were me, which I am me, I'm probably going to be, I'm going to be stopping by the Aquarium Co-op myself in person to get myself some more Easy Green, because I used all mine up, and I'm going to have to get myself some more. This would almost, I would almost say right now, get like the half-gallon jug so you're set up for a long time. Just be sure to keep it in a temperate area. And you know what? I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people about aquarium fertilizers. There are many, 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 many aquarium fertilizers on the market. Oh, Candy says it's only the 16-ounce bottle until sold out. Oh, okay. Well, that's my bad. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So on the 16-ounce bottle, you know, it's like a quarter off. It's like a quarter off, I guess. But I guess so. Maybe just get the 16-ounce bottle. Plus, 16-ounce bottle comes with the pump top. But now the reason I use Easy Green is because it's in the name, man. It's the easiest one to use. There are other kinds out there. There are powdered kinds that you can mix up. There's the EI method. There's all that kind of stuff that you could do. There are other products out there like that are more heavily concentrated, like Thrive and this and that, right? There are a bunch out there. I use Easy Green because it is literally easy. I mean, it's in the name. That's the whole thing. So you get the micro, you got the macro. They're pre-mixed together. It's already figured out. The math is super easy, and it's super easy to follow a dosing schedule that is less than. That has always been one of my biggest problems with aquarium fertilizers, was to try and regulate going like, I'm adding too much. I need to bounce down, and then I'm at the point where I'm like, what is this, 1/16 of a teaspoon? And then I get into this stupid mad scientist nonsense where I got scales and jargon all around, and then that turns into a big giant mess. Right? I literally switched over to the Easy Green because I tried it out. I tested it. I got good results growing my plants. I noticed that my nitrate is just right where I want it to be. The availability is there. Yeah, Sean Nebula says Easy Green, not Simple Green. Simple Green is also easy, but don't put Simple Green in your aquarium. Use it to like clean your floors and stuff. It's a good cleaner. But yeah, I use the Easy Green just because of that, man. It's super easy to use, and I just don't have time for all those weird chemistry projects that I used to back in the day. And honestly, back in the day, it was important for me to do those projects because I learned so much at the time. So I'm not devaluing the other methods that people like to do. There are other cheaper methods out there. One of the things I like about Easy Green, it's made in America. You know what I mean? So, and you can really only buy it in America. So it really only applies to the American market, right? It's made in America. It's being bought in America. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. So it's a good story on that end. But back to what I was talking about was, if you want to get into those crazy experiments and do that stuff, that's cool, and I'm all for it. But, I kind of look at it this way, like I don't write up thesis statements anymore because I'm not in college, right? But it was important to learn that stuff, and now I've just moved on to like, hey, I just want this to be easy so I can move on and do even weirder projects, crazier projects, like fusing acrylic together to make some kind of wacky contraption and then be able to try and show you guys how to do that or whatever, you know what I mean? So, that's kind of the stuff that I like to invest my time in now and not have to worry about fertilizer. And as you guys know, I'm building some really big aquaponics systems, and the last thing I want to do is have these like chemistry experiments going on and stuff getting spilt about and trying to keep it from being a big mess underneath my aquariums. I'm over it. So I use Easy Green. If you guys want to, that's 25% off. I guess only the 16-ounce bottle. I didn't realize that, but the 16-ounce bottle, 25% off. Throw it in your cart. Use the affiliate link or not. That's cool. And one other thing I wanted to talk about real quick, if you happen to go over to Aquarium Co-op, be sure to look at those Fluval 3.0 lights. If you've been on the fence about buying one, I would just buy one. I've been messing around with the one that I got that was broken, and it's just, every time I think like, man, maybe it's not worth it, I'm like, the stupid light is way worth it. And I'm like, so grab one of those if you want or not. I'm just saying, I know dude sells them, so, that's a thing. But either way, dogs are barking. Why are you barking? But that's not the most important thing that is going on in my life today. The reason we have no video segment today, some of you people know because you follow on Facebook, because you all be creeping, lurking around on Facebook, which, by the way, is almost exclusively how I get information of what's going on with other people, too. So I'm not saying that I don't. I'll take a break. I'm going to go scroll through the Facebooks. I'm going to see what's happening with some people. That's exactly what I do. A bunch of you clued in, already know what's going on. I don't have a video segment today because Vicky, Toria, and myself are proud to announce that we were at the OBGYN this morning, and we got ourselves an ultrasound, and we got ourselves whatever the sound thing is. And we are like 12 weeks pregnant today. We thought we had ourselves like a little sesame seed baby. Turns out we got ourselves a walnut baby. It's big as a walnut. And it was flopping around in there doing a little baby stuff inside the womb. And I have to admit, I'm very excited. I don't know if you guys could notice from the HD video here. I ain't no spring chicken, y'all. I ain't no spring chicken. I ain't no fresh off the boat little baby man. I'm unfortunately middle-aged. And I'm happy to say that this is my first baby. Vicky says it's her first baby, and I believe her because she's awesome and doesn't make up stories or nothing. And I have to say, I'm very excited. I am pretty much over the moon right now. I couldn't think of anybody that would... I would have rather be with on this adventure. It's pretty exciting. A lot of people ask me, like, a bunch of people ask me, am I nervous? I would say that, like, I'm a little bit nervous in the fact that, like, of something, going wrong. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably the only thing. That's probably the only thing that I would say that I'm nervous about. Like, I'm just nervous about just the safety of, like, getting through later years pregnancy, that kind of stuff. It's kind of funny. We were talking to the midwife this morning, and she's like, I will put it to you this way. You are elderly. As far as the baby game goes, right? So, it's really, one of those things. That's what I'm nervous about. I'm not really nervous about the care. I've taken care of a lot of babies in my day, so that's not so confusing. I am a little bit nervous about the, I don't know. I guess I'm not really nervous at all. I'd say I'm more excited than anything. Like, now I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go. Where's that baby at? Let's go. Let's have this baby. Oh, we got to wait? Oh, great. We got to wait some more. So, it's an amazing day to be able to announce it. It's pretty cool. It's kind of funny. Like, Dorkula says, I'm going to start calling you Grandpa Dad. Which kind of does make a little too much sense. But I will say this, that okay, let me explain this. My cousin, he beat me. So my cousin's 4 years older than I am, and he beat me to being a grandpa before I came a dad. So, that really is kind of funny. That is kind of funny. And we were talking earlier today, because my cousin's like my brother, and we were just kind of razzing each other earlier. And so it's good stuff. It's a big, huge day here. It's a big day for my family, and to actually be able to say it is a family now. I mean, we're getting there. We're going to get to that family status, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really looking forward to this. If everything works out correctly, Vicky and I will usher our child out into the wild by the time we're 60, so that's going to work out pretty good. So, yeah, as Bracket says, Joel could be my dad, and I'm 20, so I hope that puts it into perspective. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I'm pretty excited for it. Now I'm just like, the only thing I'm kind of worried, the only thing I'm kind of, whatever I'm like worried about is like just waiting now, so I got to, so now now it's a waiting game. Well, it's a waiting and a feeding game, because I got to feed my lady and keep her tip-top shape, change her oil, rotate her tires, do all that kind of good stuff. You know what I mean? So, I'm pretty excited. It's hard to explain. Being as old as I am, it's premeditated. You know what I mean? And there on a bit of a personal note. I was speaking with my mother the other day. She's never been a grandma. And I don't know, man. She was just like crying at the store. She's like, I'm just crying at the store right now. I have to leave the store. It's gonna be pretty cool, man. I'm excited. you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm excited for me, and I know that I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be the best dad that I can. I am literally coming up on 2 weeks from now. If I make it 2 weeks from now, which is sounds weird to say that. But being a sober guy, I have to remember to stay in today. Today's the day that I need to take care of. So that's what I'm doing. And I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched, or my eggs before they're laid, or the two in the hand, one in the bush. I don't know, whatever that's all about. So the I want to oh, what the hell? What happened? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, I'm about to come up on 4 years sober. So I think that's really what alleviates a lot of my nervousness. You know what I mean? I think that's really what like puts it into perspective for me, that that alleviates a lot of my nervousness. So because I do know that in the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde conundrum that was my life for a really long time, is like I don't have to worry as much about that. I really don't. Obviously I still have to do my meditation and do my thought process, do my like self-affirmation and all that kind of stuff. Like I do have to do that. And a really, really, really close friend of mine told me at one point in time, because it wasn't like a matter of like the length of your fuse, but he just went like, what if there was no fuse, that you would lose your temper, right? And that has stuck with me since I heard that. And I would, from the position that I'm at now, that doesn't seem like such a crazy thing, and I guess that's what really like alleviates a lot of my nervousness, is that like, what, every once in a while somebody, you lose your temper, you tell somebody to shut up, you just standard stereotypical stuff, but there's an easy way to kind of turn yourself around from that kind of stuff, but there isn't turn yourself around from, the reality of, and I guess here's a tie-in to more contemporary stuff. It's Bruce Banner and the Hulk, you know what I mean? Where the Hulk does stuff where there's just no coming back from. You got to rebuild a whole city block or whatever, you know what I mean? Like just, and being sober now, like hopefully, being a father, I'll actually be able to be in the position where I'm not losing it. I'm not necessarily going to, and this may be a bit much. It might be a bit of an overshare, but not to commit the sins of my father, or that, to continue on with what my forefathers have done. Hopefully to have learned from my experience, and hopefully pass on a much better experience to my children, or at least my child. I don't know if it's a girl. I don't know if it's a boy. That's why I made the thumbnail that way. So, we don't know. I will, as far as I know, we're going to have a reveal party, and I will be happy to film that. I will be happy to film that and let everybody know what is going on. So I'll be, yeah. So I guess, I don't know. As Mr. Gillett says, breaking the chain of epigenetically driven behavior. Yes, I hopefully to be in that position. Frank Dominguez says it's twins. It's not twins. There were a lot of people that believed that it was twins from the math. of what we were trying to figure out. Turns out we are 4 weeks more pregnant than we thought. So I assumed that Vicky was 8 weeks. It turns out she's 12 weeks. So a lot of people were thinking, wow, man, maybe there's twins in there if you're this pregnant already. So I, and twins really, really, really run in Vicky's family. There are a lot of twins in Vicky's family, so it would not be that far off for that to be going on. But then it wouldn't have been that far out of the realm of possibility because that is there. You know what I mean? But happy to say just one baby that we're going to be dealing with. And, at some point in time, we'll make a decision whether or not we're going to have two. But one right now, that's the jam, and that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm pretty excited. It realistically is going to lead to, like, so many cool... I guess just to relate to... And I guess selfishness is kind of the wrong way to put it, but I think like as a YouTube viewer or whatnot, I think most people would be like, yeah, what does this mean for me? And I'd be honest with you guys, there's going to be a bunch of crazy cool videos and projects and stuff like that still in the works. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you think I work a lot now, and I'm sure Vicky is going to quote me saying this down the road. If you think I work a lot now, I'm going to double down. I'm going to start working twice as much. I'm going to try to do twice the amount of things that I'm doing now. As far as fish tanks go, we have a ton of new fish tank stuff coming up, and I guarantee you I will probably name one in lieu of the child. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. I don't know. So I'm just going the child, the baby, the infant, the to be. So I'm sure one will get dedicated to that and then go like, this is your aquarium. You better take care of it. What's up? What are you, 3 months old? Let's do this. There will be a lot of there'll still be a lot more videos. There will be a lot more stuff going on. I still plan on doing more and more and more, and I'm gonna keep doing more and more and more. One of the big things with that is that I would not be able to do this kind of stuff if it wasn't for Victoria. It just, I'm not to discount myself that I wouldn't be able to like be doing stuff. Like, yes, of course I would be able to be doing stuff. I just am eternally grateful for her partnership, and I just looking forward to everything that's going to keep coming. So it's big. It's big time. It's big time that Vicky's here. We really wouldn't be in this spot if it wasn't for her. I know that I try real hard. I work real hard. Whether or not that conveys into first world rewards or whatever, it just kind of is what it is. Carson's asking, am I still going to travel this year? Yes, I'm leaving. So a lot of people were wondering if today would be the last live stream until I start traveling, which I think initially was the plan, but I think Wednesday we will have a regularly scheduled show with some video in it, because I had the video that I had set aside for Wednesday. I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna be here on Wednesday. What? I'm gonna be here on Wednesday, so I'm thinking Wednesday will probably be the last live stream before the traveling. And as I said, I am just hammering down to try and get a video for every single day, but at the very least 100% every other day. So we'll definitely have some cool stuff, and you guys will be able to check out all that. And then we might be able to do some goofy live streams, like from cell phones or something like that. But I'm thinking I might be doing those on like Instagram or something like that, which, and maybe just keep them to Facebook or whatever, and just be saying hi to people and stuff like that, because it really does clutter up YouTube when you do like live streams from your phone and also edited videos and stuff like that. It just starts to become really confusing for the YouTube algorithm to even figure out like what you're about or really what's going on. It does get confusing. But we have a ton of super chats here to run through. We're going to run through those real quick, and then I'm sure by the end of it we'll probably have some questions and stuff that we want to answer and stuff. Frank Dominguez says, are you going to let the Fish fam choose a name for the baby? No, that is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. And let's see. K2 says, my son is my best bud. We have a lot of fun sprinkled with me pulling out my hair. Yes, I imagine that my relationship with my child is going to be a lot similar to that situation. So I don't think that's too far off, you know what I mean? So, Carson says to get some sleep while you still can. We will be sending lots of coffee and diapers. It's pretty good. I do have to admit, running into this situation, if I was going to run into it with, if I was going to be running into this like when I was like, let's say 23 or 25 or something like that, I don't think I would have been well suited. I don't think I would have been well suited for this situation, but I do feel that, being an elderly statesman at this point, like not getting a lot of sleep is pretty normal. Running on empty is pretty normal. Just kind of getting pushed to the limit is pretty normal for me, and it doesn't necessarily lead to me being all that different, So I think I'm going to be all right. I think it's going to go pretty well. One thing I wanted to mention real quick, I did get my travel adapter. It came for the power, and thanks to the internet, y'all reminded me to get a power adapter before I went. It just really wasn't on my mind. But thanks to the Fish fam for reminding me. And luckily, you know what? Like, these things just aren't that expensive nowadays. This thing was like $12, which I remember like the last time I got one of these for something. I don't remember what it was for. I think maybe I got it for somebody. It was like $40, It was like $39.99 at like Radio Shack or something like Radio Shack. I bet most people don't know what Radio Shack is, right? People could be like, what the heck is Radio Shack? It's a terrible electronics store that went out of business. All right, we got a bunch of super chats here. I'm going to run through and try to answer these as much as possible. Zombie Drummer, $12.26. Whoa, going wild. Says, hope everyone high-fived Monday right in its stupid face. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Fish fam. Well, thanks, Zombie Drummer. We got a $2 super chat from the BC Fish Room, otherwise known as Nicholas. Thank you very much. Saying congrats. Well, thank you very much, Nicholas. Chicken Lips 2 says, don't forget to use the affiliate link to the Aquarium Co-op. It's the Corvus Ocean portal into the bowels of the Coopy's supply chain. Which is correct. As you guys know, I've been in a gentleman's wager with I'm in a gentleman's wager with the affiliate link with old Mike from the Aqua Pros, and I'm happy to say that we shattered the hopes and dreams of the Aqua Pros himself of trying to beat me this month. But I've unfortunately been destroyed by the Kobe himself. So, in all honesty, in full disclosure, we try to sell some Easy Green today through the affiliate link, right? Because I use it. I like it. It's a good product. Are we going to sell any? I don't know. But either way, I beat Aqua Pro, so I feel good about it. That's really what it comes down to. Which makes me happy. Mary RN H2O, the registered nurse herself, or to be, right? I think she's in school, Mary. Congratulations, you two, with the super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Chicken Lips 2 with the congrats, Joel and Vicky. 555 super chat. Thank you very much. We got Rum Bust here. Whoa, with the Swedish Krones of 50. Right? 50 Swedish Krones going, here's to walnuts. Congrats. It's a wild ride, but totally worth it. I imagine that any of my offspring is going to be a wild ride, and Victoria herself is definitely contributing into the other half of the wild ride genetic mayhem child. Pretty sure at this point the baby is already feral, as just trying to get the ultrasound, it's like moving around in there a whole lot. Got a lot going on in there. So I think it will be a wild ride, and will it be worth it? I imagine 110%. Steve Salty Shrimp, Shrimpery, and More with the $20 super chat. Going Borange up in there. Diapers ain't cheap, so my brother says. Here's a week's worth, I think. Oh, thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate it. Barbara Jackson with the $19.99 super chat for the newest and smallest Oceaneer. Congrats, Vicky and Joel. We got from Schwisky Vision here. Says, adopt me, bro. Congrats, you crazy SOB. Smiley face, winky face, emoji face, right? Jimmy, you don't need to be adopted, but you could definitely, you know, we could probably, like, set up, like, a lean-to or a shed or something for you. I think with any luck, you'll get that rental that you were looking to get the other day. When it becomes vacant, whenever that happens to be, and whatever we may or may not be talking about right now. But hopefully you get your rental there, which would be pretty cool. And that'll be pretty exciting, right? I'm just going to take that away. I'm just taking that out. Just going to delete that chat right there. Let's see. Jeff Rose, Fish Keeping, says, what's up, Joel? The Fish Fam, good to see you all. Well, thank you, Jeff Rose. If you guys don't know, Jeff Rose has a really cool contest right now on his channel. I would definitely say if you want to spin over to Jeff Rose, you can see him in the chat there. He has a really cool giveaway going right now, which is super awesome. And that's awesome. That's just cool. I don't know. And Jeff Rose, I love his live stream. It's super chill. And definitely a good time. It's good information for everybody out there. If you want to check it out, I would, because I do. I pop in there from time to time, and, you know, I can't make everything for everybody at all the times, but I try to when I can. At least stop in and say hi and stuff. Little Largemouth says, congrats to Corvus and Victoria. Baby surprises. Oh, boy, you guys, I still got the surprise. We don't even know if it's a boy or girl yet, and that surprise is going to be down the road. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, you guys. I don't want to be at the reveal party and not know, I think. And Vicky knows that, because I said it today. I just want to know. Like, I just want information. Like, I just want to know what's up. And, you know, so I don't know if I want to necessarily be surprised whilst surrounded by a bunch of people. Could be, I don't know, it just feels like a little bit weird, you know what I mean? Because it isn't really, I mean, I know that, like, other people will be super excited or anything, but I don't know that it even really, like, means anything to them. But I think it's what Vicky wants to do, so I think that's what we're going to do. But I don't know if I'm going to know ahead or not. I might. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I've never done it before, so I couldn't say, like, which way was right or wrong. I don't know. Kevin Keener throwing in a super chat. Biggest, most sincere congrats to you two. I don't do baby showers, but my wife would be happy to shop for watermelon-sized clothes. Then the walnut baby grows. Or when the walnut baby grows. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. If you guys didn't know, Kevin came down for my birthday barbecue, which is great to hang out and have some laughs and have some good times. And we'll probably have some more good times coming up here in the future, which thanks, man. I appreciate it. Michael Moncoeur with the $5 super chat saying, congratulations and best wishes. Well, thank you. Sunia, sister, I think that's sister of Kang Lee, I believe, right? I think that's the sister of Kang Lee, which I hope to be out to Twin City Guppies at some point in time this year. We have a bunch of other travel and stuff coming up. I do have some projects in Alaska that I'll be going up to be taken care of. We also have some camping trips coming up. Schwisky and I will be going on, well, and Vicky. Vicky's going too. We'll be going on some camping trips and get some pretty cool, I really hope to get some cool footage and stuff of that when we're out there. And I am super close. I am super close to achieving being able to purchase a macro lens. I think, I don't know, I'm kind of spazzed out because I didn't think I added up some of my bills, but I'm getting close. I'm getting close, and hopefully I'll be able to rock some macro action when Jimmy and I go out. I'm hoping for that. That's my timeline right now, to have a macro lens. I'm obviously not going to have a macro lens in Germany, so I had to push it back and go like, maybe I can schedule a cool job or something like that I can get done, and then have a macro lens when we go camping, which would be cool. And round out my gear that'll be out there, and be able to get some cool shots and bring those back, and hopefully post those up so you guys can check them out, which would be fun, right? Beatty Browns, hi. What are you doing? Come on. You want to come up on my lap? Up. Come here. Oh, you can't jump through there. Come on. Whoa, one big dog. Kang Lee, if living is without you, I Kang Lee. Yeah. All right. Sorry. But yeah, hopefully Schwisky and I will be out there. Hopefully we'll get some cool stuff. I'm excited. I hope to have a macro lens by then, because there's going to be so many cool springtime macro type shots to get, and little crazy things going on in rivers and little flowers and stuff like that. If you guys have ever been to my Instagram, you guys know that I love posting pictures of like wildflowers and stuff that I find while I'm out there. So I look forward to like upping the ante for that, and then being able to put them on the website and stuff. So that would be cool. And it looks like I'm on track. I don't know, but I got to pay my bills. I got to pay my bills a little bit and make sure, like sure. And plus I'm not sure how much money is going to get spent on like food and stuff while I'm in like Germany. So I want to be able to like do that and come back and then go like, okay, cool. Am I good? All right. So that's just really what that kind of comes down to. Oh, Bitty Brownie, are you jealous, dog? Little Bitty Brownie's down here being jealous. Are you a little jealous, dog? Why don't you say hi to the internet? You don't ever get up high enough. She's kind of too fat to get up, to lift up there. I think she gets all floppy. Oh, here comes Mr. Chips. Oh yeah, and by the way, quick precursor right here. Somehow Mr. Chips knew that today was going to be the announcement day of we're going to be having a beautiful baby, and figured out somehow to get himself wicked diarrhea. If you've ever been around a dog that has diarrhea, it is a freaking nightmare. It is next level with that little guy right now. So I'll be swapping him over to some white rice and boiled chicken, and see. I might be able to get him a little bit of pureed pumpkin, but the vet said just the rice and the chicken. So we'll get to that, and we'll see how he does. If not, I'm taking him to the vet tomorrow. But you know, FSR, Forest Service Road. Ooh, You guys talking about Forest Service roads? Man, I love Forest Service roads. We got a ton of that. Let's see. I like anywhere off Forest Service Road 46 in Oregon. Ooh, should save that and figure it out. Vexen Cat, send me an email. Email me that location. Email me the location, and I'll take Vicky down there. Oh my gosh. Oh, we might be able to. Bentley. Oh my gosh, Bentley sent me an awesome email here, and I don't want you guys to know what's really going on the behind the scenes here, but Bentley has some cool plants, and he wants to trade some plants for me, and I know he's listening, so I'll just let him listen and be like, dude, come over. I want your plants. I got a bunch of Stargrass. If you want to trade, tonight would be good. Cool. So, yes. But that email just came in, and I have to admit, I'm excited for that. But let's get back to these super chats so we can get these handled. Daryl Dimer said, congratulations to you both. Thank you very much, Daryl. Dude, I appreciate it. Vexing Cat, for the box of soda crackers for the nightstand or late night ice cream. Ooh, I will tell you, the late night ice cream definitely comes in handy. That is 100%. The late night ice cream is very vitally important right now. But the most important thing right now is cereal. Apparently, cereal is the important part of the equation here in order to maintain sanity with my lady. So it has turned into cereal. Has been the big deal. Like Crackling Oat Bran or whatever. Which is crazy because I went to go get some the other day, and literally the store that I went to was literally sold out of Crackling Oat Bran. I don't understand how that would even occur. There's this giant shelf that was empty. I don't know. It was bizarre. I even sent a stalker guy into the back to go find if he could find some, right? And the dude was like, we are completely out. So, yeah, I've been eating all the ice cream, but Vicky desperately needs cereal. Has been the huge thing. That has been the huge, that has been that seriously huge need. That has been her definite want. So it's definitely been the ongoing thing. Oh, I gotta send. Oh, does Bentley have my phone? Hold on a second. All right. Bentley, I just replied to you terribly with my phone number. So text me if you want to set something up for like tonight or possibly tomorrow night. Actually, tomorrow night sucks because I'll be driving back from like Edmonds, which is not good. But let's see here. We've got another super chat from Chicken Lips. You should make an acrylic crib with a sump. As much as I like that idea, I don't know if that will. I don't know if that will work out because there's already a family crib situation that I would be being exceedingly rude to just be like, nah, great grandpa crib, no. You know what I mean? So I think that situation's handled, and I got some cooler projects that I'm building out of acrylic right now, which, man, I wish I could just blow the top off and let you guys know exactly what I was doing. But, you know, there are a lot of other channels out there that do lurk these streams or watch them after the fact, and then they get ideas, and then they send me emails about how I'm a piece of garbage or whatever. which I think is funny. But I have some cool projects coming up that I'm pretty excited to get out to you guys. But there's a bunch of polishing and grinding and stuff like that that's still going on. So, but those will come out to you guys when they get there. But needless to say, they are aquarium related. They're aquarium stuff, and they're probably things that you guys can make. As I do try to make things that I think is accessible to other people being able to make them. But yes, the ice cream is for me. The cereal is for Victoria because ice cream doesn't last very long around me. Michelle Shear with the $9.99 super chat. Aw, little pooper, congratulations. Yeah. You know, it's a funny thing. I've been around kids and around enough dirty stuff and everything like that none of that stuff really bothers me that much. You pull a toilet and a clogged drain off somebody's house and, fix their septic system or whatever. It's not really, that stuff's not going to bother you. I mean, it's not great. I mean, I'll tell you, it's got shock value sometimes, but that kind of stuff doesn't really bother me all that much. So glove up, you know what I mean? Just got to glove up. We got a 555 from Gone Mad saying, go Amazon wish list for the baby and lovely Victoria. Diapers versus new lens for the camera. So diapers are better? Is that what you're saying? I think a new lens from the camera is better, and then I can take pictures of poopy diapers in super HD, extra focus, full frame, giant shots of poops. Thank you very much, Eric. But getting a new lens is super important, and that's what we're going to do. But we will have an Amazon wish list. None of that stuff has anything to do with me. Vicky is sorting out that stuff. She has a couple friends that are going to help her out. They're also doing a bunch of secondhand store shopping and everything like while I'm gone, and they're also going to figure out like what Vicky wants and what she don't want or whatever, and it's going to be good to go on that. And then a lot of people are throwing into the diaper fund, which I appreciate. I'm actually going to be using, we're actually going to be using the cotton diapers because I've found those to be kind of the easiest situation. And yes, I'll be plumbing in an old washing machine for the poopy cotton diapers. Yes, because I've done that before, and I'll be doing it. That's what I'll be doing. That's going to be the easiest way to get about it. And we will most likely, I don't know if we're going to use a service for them or not, but that will probably get filtered in at some point in time. But that's the direction that we probably will go. I'm not huge with the disposables. I probably will buy some disposables and use them when we're like out on the road or whatever. The biodegradable disposables. We'll use those from time to time, but I'll probably just be going with the cotton again because that was just way better. This is my first baby, but this ain't my first full-on rodeo. You know what I mean? So, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been around a bunch of babies myself. Not mine. None of my babies. Although, apparently, Bracken is like my mysterious, he's like my mysterious love child from a days gone past. He's like the unknown. He's the unknown baby I never knew I had, Mr. Bracken. Which is weird. Because honestly, it wouldn't be that weird. It wouldn't be that weird. I mean, 20 years ago, my life was chaos, so it wouldn't be that crazy to imagine that something like that could have possibly happened. But we definitely have to get some DNA tests to find out, to verify. Otherwise, in the meantime, it's just fun. It's just fun to say, right? Carson says, pre-wash and aqua filtration for maximum nutrient import. Yep. King Lee. Oh, thank you, King. With $5 super chat saying, reveal party, blue shrimp, it's a boy, red pinkish shrimp, it's a girl. Yay, congratulations on the growing family. Thank you very much, King. I appreciate it. That's a good idea. Maybe we should get some shrimps, because we could get a bunch of blue shrimps for Vicky if it turns out if it's a boy. My gosh, that's a great brainstorm. I didn't even think about that. Ooh, that'd be a funny reveal, wouldn't it? More cherry shrimp. Or maybe I'll do like red pintos or something. That'd be cool. We could do like red pintos or like blue galaxies or something. I don't know. That is a great idea, though. That would be super cool with the shrimps. Although then again, it is good to have a cake because people can eat cake, right? And then that's exciting, you know. And I'm going to be honest with you. I want to eat some cake, you know. That's just from the bottom of my heart. I want to eat. Man, I want to eat cake now. Hey, man, who's got cake? Biddy, go get me some cake. Fetch. Cake. Okay, Biddy didn't get any cake. Biddy, go get some cake. Go get me some cake. Biddy, get cake. Okay. But you guys, Biddy is beyond training. I told her to go get cake, and she didn't do it. Old dog, new tricks, kind of thing. We got a $4.99 super chat from AJ's Aquarium here saying, congratulations with a balloon and a twizzle twazzle and a tweezle twazzle. Whatever those are. DMC of the Sea, congrats to you and your lovely lady. Also, don't let Corey try to feed the baby tacos until they are a bit older and have teeth. Yes, there won't be any tacos till probably at least 3, I'd be guessing. 3.5, maybe 4, you know, just depends. But, wow, okay. Did we somehow make it to the end of all the super chats? We got one from Sergeant Tank Pets with the start of a diaper fund. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Actually, speaking of Sergeant Tank Pets, we'll actually be in Michigan soon for the American Live Bearer Association. Kobe will be there doing some speaking. I'll be there doing some lurking and wandering around. And as Lumpy Dog said the other day, I'll be lurking and wandering around the parking lot, acting cool and drinking Mr. Brown's coffee. Which is a good point. That's probably what I'll be doing. And really appreciate the shout out and really appreciate the opportunity to go to the American Live Bearer Association. It's exciting, and I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I don't know. There's probably going to be like 1,000 people or something there, kind of wild. So that'll be a lot of fun. There's almost always really cool people at these conventions and stuff. And I oftentimes have a lot of fun, you know. And it definitely gets me pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to go. I've been packing up all my gear, getting everything ready. And then we go from the American Live Bearers Association to Germany for the Interzoo Trade Convention, which the trade convention is a little bit confusing. It's not necessarily for fans. It's going to be almost all, purchasers or sellers or new products, all that kind of stuff. It's a trade show, so it's more limited to access for people. And I am so stoked for some of the people that I'm lined up to meet there. Honestly, I don't really want to say anybody who I'm really lined up to meet until I actually do meet them, but I'm pretty excited. There are a lot of the European plant growers and stuff like that. These are the actual farmer guys and stuff that I want to meet, that I'm hoping to meet, and I'm pretty excited for all of that. It's just going to be really cool, and pretty exciting. And it's going to be pretty fun, and then we'll be back in the States for a while, where we'll be able to do some more Real Fish Talk and stuff, which Real Fish Talk is tomorrow, if you guys missed that last week or anything like that. We will be Real Fish Talking tomorrow. which I believe at our normal time and everything. So that's what's up with that. Let me answer some questions here from the chat. DW7887, 1 a.m. here. Bad time for cake. Well, yeah, I guess, 1 a.m. is just a bad time for cake. You shouldn't be having cake at 1 a.m. You got to have cake at like 7 p.m. That's like a perfect cake time, right? That is a great way to get into it. Wasabi Tsunami says, I need to wear a diaper after taco night. Jeez. Brutal. Yeah, I get it. Secret History, live in your aquarium. Can you feed babies infusoria? You could, but you will be replacing the diaper pretty rapidly. Not that great for them. Savannah says reusable cloth diapers are great and eco-friendly. Also, it doesn't enable parents to be lazy. Not that you would be, as you can't let them sit. Yeah, the cloth diapers, the cotton diapers are motivational. They are certainly 100% motivational. You can't be slipping on that. You can't be slipping, you know. And I'd rather not be slipping on the diaper situation, you know. Got to change that diaper. Well, like sometimes you have to change the diaper right after you change the diaper, but you know, it's hour on the hour when they're early. Jen Standring says, I get to work at those trade shows sometimes, but within my country, which is awesome. I hope to be able to get invited to like some more trade shows and stuff like that. Definitely, I'm excited for it. I mean, I might go and just be like, dude, I hate it. But it seems doubtful that that's going to be my take on it. But hopefully it's as awesome as I'm hoping that it's going to be. And I look forward to getting invited to more of those kinds of things. So, you know, is it hashtag goals? Is it hashtag goals? I don't know. Might be goals. Might be a goal that I got going. Try and get to more trade shows. I don't know. But honestly, I'm pretty enthusiastic about being able to get to go to Germany, meet a lot of cool people. That's going to be the biggest fun part. Chris Coe's asking, do you plan to quarantine your baby? Well, when introducing a baby into a new unit, you do have to go through a bit of a quarantine period. With the dogs, you got to kind of break in the dogs a little bit to the idea that there's a baby here and that baby's more important than the dogs. Let's just be realistic here. That's the truth. Even though the dogs are utterly, utterly, utterly important, the baby's a little more important. But yeah, you do have to get a bit of a quarantine period with the dog family, and get them all broken in and have it all make sense in the meantime. Master Beta, were you chopping onions on a ladder? What happened to Master Beta? What happened here? I threw my back out last night chopping onions. Oh, I read that earlier today. Master Beta threw out his back chopping onions. And what's going on, Doug of the North? Doug of the North is crippled today, pinched a sciatic nerve. What better excuse to skip work to watch Corvus? Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Doug. Sorry to hear your sciatic got pinched. I hate that. That is just mind-bending, the sciatic when that thing goes out. Though, a good friend of mine showed me some stretches a while ago, and maybe there's like a YouTube thing. You could look up a YouTube video on it. You're kind of doing a lot of downward-facing dog and kind of these, like, seal maneuvers where you're like kind of on your belly, but you're, like, perched back and, like, move your leg. It's kind of weird. Those help me out quite a bit with the times where I've had that kind of happen to me, but I would look into maybe some of that. Carson says 6 to 8 weeks is what we waited. Yeah, I like it. DW's asking what other plans for your visit here in Germany, sightseeing and stuff. Yes, So Corey and I will be doing as much sightseeing as we can with our spare time. We'll kind of be cruising around, try to see some of the old architecture, maybe some of the art stuff, whatever we can. I know that Saturday we'll be boot scooting around all over the place, and doing quite a bit of getting around and checking out as many sites as we can. But I know that there will be a lot of time spent at the actual event itself. But I think the evenings are going to look fairly open for us because I'm going to be brutally honest here. I don't want to sound like a jerk or anything like that, but I have no interest in just hanging around pubs and like while other people like get hammered or whatever. So there's going to be probably a lot of time when that's going on. I'm not sure about the time change, like how well that is going to work, whether or not I'll be able to get up early like I normally do. I normally get up pretty darn early for most days around here. So I almost always have time in the morning to myself. So I'm probably will be planning on getting up around sunrise, if not before sunrise, because that's just as crazy as trying to get up at 10 or whatever, right? So I'll be planning on doing that. I'll have my alarm set for the normal crazy early time that I get up and just kind of deal with it that way. But I think the evenings are going to be a fair bit of free time just by my interpretation of how things are going to go, in the fact that like I just don't want to just hang out like at bars and stuff like that, which seemingly kind of looks to be the plan for a lot of people. So I'm like, yeah, cool, man. I'll down to hang out with those guys all day, but maybe not all night, because I want to walk around and find some cool stuff and, you know, get action shots of it with my camera. Kind of do the Henry Rollins thing where I'm just loose on a town with my camera, try and find something to do. Secret History, living in your aquarium with a $4.30 super chat. That's very specific. Says thanks. Oh, that's the date today. It's April 30th. Ah, there we go. Figured it out. Says, thanks for inspiring sobriety. I'm at 8 years. Congrats. Oh, congratulations. It's awesome to hear you're at 8 years. That's fantastic. And thank you for the super chat. And yes, I try to pass on my sobriety message as much as I can within reason, you know, without sounding like a nutbag. But, hey, you know, that's my thing. Just Bob says, will you be going to Zuzjak? I don't know what that is. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Search Google for this amazing store. Where is it? Duisburg. I don't know where. I'm probably saying that wrong, and somebody's going to get mad. Hold on. I got to zoom out here a little bit. So Berlin's on the other end. Cologne. Dortmund. Munster. Maybe it's not that far off. Because I'm going to be in Nuremberg, and I'm trying to find where Nuremberg is. There's Frankfurt. Oh, now I'm in Denmark. Denmark is the next European place that I really want to go to is Denmark. Denmark is the next place that I really want to go to. By the way, if anybody was wondering, a lot of my lineage is from Denmark. I'd like to go check it out. But anyhow, I don't know if we'll be going to that store. I think there's like a store hop and some other stuff we're going to be going to. But I don't know if I'll be going to that store. I don't know if there's anything specific that we're going to actually be going to, but I'm just going to do my best, and try to move around and see as many things as I can. And then that'll be the plan. that'll be the plan. Just move around as much as we can, figure out, find what we got. Just see what we can and just have a good time. The trade show is the main reason that we're there, so that's really going to be the mainstay of time spent there. That's a big portion of the time that we're going to be there. So, DW says, don't plan on museums and other activities too late in the day. Most close at 6 to 7 p.m. We'll do what we can, but the main thing that we're there for is the trade show. I just think it's going to be pretty easy for me in the evening to kind of be like, oh, cool, man, you guys are going to sit in there and have Vice beer or whatever. Like, cool, man, that's awesome. I appreciate that. I'll probably just wander around, find a cool coffee shop, just do the kind of wander around thing, which I'm more than happy to do. I find interest in a lot of things that most people would probably find kind of pedestrian, which would be just like road construction. To me is really interesting. Architecture is interesting if I can just go and check it out and see what it's all about. So I can definitely find a lot of interesting things to do that just it's just kind of laid back, Carson says, you need stickers, Joel. I do have stickers. We have stickers in the Teespring store. They are in the Teespring store, and you can get them. If you want to get them, you can. You can order them anytime. As far as I know, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Devin Pepper says, anything going on during this stream? No, nothing. Let's see. Barbara says the coffee in Denmark was fantastic. Oh, I would love to try the coffee out in Denmark for sure. Ed's Fish says, I look forward to some late night Corvus shots. Yes, I will do my best. To be brutally honest with you guys, I'm taking about a terabyte worth of SD cards. So I'm going to shoot and fill them up as much as I can. So that is going to be I'm going to get as many as I can. I might even need to order some more SD cards. I'm basically going to count up today and make sure that I have enough. I might have to throw a few more in the shopping cart and try to get those next day to over here, come to think of it. So, but I'm definitely going to take as much as I can. I can probably always get some SD cards like in Germany, whatnot. And probably get those sorted out, but I'm definitely taking a lot with me, and I'm definitely going to be taking a lot, just as much as I can while I am there. Steamed milk and vanilla, photographed door handles and metalwork. Europe entertains me in the energy they put into art on everything. That's a good point, Alex. I would say, yes, there's a lot of cool stuff like that. And that's kind of stuff that I always just take pictures of. Train tracks, nonsense, just whatever. Just do the best I can. I'm not going to be able to do the macro action, though, which is it's kind of upsetting me right now, but I think I'm going to be able to get by on my 50 millimeter and see what shots I can get. I have decided I'm going to probably take both cameras with me. It just seems like the best bet at this point. Just seems like the best bet at this point to do that and just take both cameras with me, because I can always just set up like a time lapse on one, shoot something from a different angle up onto something like the 80D. I could put it up onto stuff and not be super stressed out about it. But I'm gonna keep the 6D with me all the time, of course, right? So let's see. Nisi said, Flynn's not allowed to date until he meets an awesome fishy nerd lady and he owns his own business. So, like 20 years? That's a good point, Flynn. You ain't got time for romance. You got to build your empire first, my guy. So that's the most important thing to do. Alyssa Bentley, my sister's dog trainer told her they need to carry around a swaddled baby doll to get her big dogs used to having a baby around. Yes, actually, both of our dogs are actually pretty acclimated to babies being around. They are pretty darn good. Biddy, 100%. Mr. Chips, kind of got to keep an eye on him a little bit, but you know, if we have to crate Mr. Chips or whatever, that will happen, you know. Just not going to let a dog eat my baby or whatever, you know, like a dingo stole my baby. You know, we're not going to be having any of that. Biddy, what's wrong? Are you okay, mama? Where's your boyfriend? Where's your boyfriend? Go get Mr. Chips. Where is he? Go get him. Alhana Suki says, for the dogs, start getting them to used to baby things right now. Do not wait until the baby is almost here. Start using lotions and baby wash to get the smells. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. That's not going to be a problem. Jen Standring is eating cake right now. Sorry, I can't share. Oh. I could go for some cake. I could definitely go for some cake. But I'm also hungry for dinner, so I got that going for me, right? Let's see. Dank Tanks is asking Harrow, Redline, or GT. It's a good point. I really do like Harrow bikes, but I definitely prefer Redline track bikes. Myself, I actually have a... I'm trying to think of what size my frame is. I have a 23-inch track cruiser, Redline, out back. To answer Dank Tank's question, I spend my money on Redline stuff because it just generally worked out the best out of all the BMX stuff I did. Although GT and Harrow make great bikes, Harrow, I would say, is right up there for sure. But I always just say, like, Redline always worked the best and lasted the longest for me. So that would be my answer to that. Gone Mad has a follow-up question. I got the pump you mentioned for the water change garbage can. Do you just leave that little bit of water in the can that the pump can't pump out? Basically, yeah. I don't think it's going to... So out of the water change garbage can, you could definitely drain it out. Oftentimes, I just left the extra in there. It's not a positive. It's mainly just out of a lazy thing. It's not a positive, but it's probably just a net zero. You know what I mean? I don't think it's not going to be detrimental to those pumps. I've had literally those Rio pumps underwater for... I think I had one underwater for 8 years, and it was fine, realistically. You may need to clean the impeller a little bit, which actually the Rio pumps, you just unscrew it. You can pull the whole assembly out, clean it off, put it right back together. It is the easiest, peasiest thing. It's one of the big reasons for the Rio pump. The magnetic drive is super easy to take apart, clean, and put back together. Master Beta says, I'm really old from the Mongoose Black Diamondback days. Yeah, Mongoose was fantastic, but I don't know if Mongoose even makes bikes anymore. And Mongoose parts were always like super hard to fix if they ever had a problem. Vexing Cat says, I had Lhasa Apso. When my son was a baby, we had to rehome her. She bit my son in the face, right over the bridge of the nose between the eyes. Needed a few stitches. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those unfortunate things with dogs. You know, sometimes they're just not the right temperament for being around a baby. You know, and
I'm really not concerned about Biddy. I do have some concerns about Mr. Chips because, you know, we didn't raise him up. We adopted him as an old dog. And as you guys know, he bit me in the face like 6 months ago. So, but that was right after we got him. And, you know, he's definitely acclimated since then. And his temperament has really, 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 you know, has really changed, honestly. And I'm wondering if a lot of his sort of outburst kind of behavior and stuff like that was from the transition, you know. I think realistically that was probably a lot what was going on, that, you know, his former owner passed away, and then he was in a shelter, then he was bounced around, and he had a lot going on, and he's definitely like, you know, his behavior makes sense now, more or less, and but he does get a little bit territorial from time to time, gets a little growly still, but that's very rare and not very common at this point. So, but he's the one that I do kind of worry about whether or not it's going to work out. But I think it should be fine. As Carson says, Hadley loves our dogs. Mr. Chips has been fine around other small babies and stuff, so he hasn't been a problem. As long as we just kind of keep with, you know, treating him the right way, you know, and not being all like super wacky and acting weird or whatever, he stays pretty good and calm. Mateo says, if I didn't say it before, congrats and aloha means goodbye from Idaho. Thanks for coming out, Mateo. Always a pleasure to have you here. Have fun just living where I want to be living. That's where I want to be living, brah. You know? I put on my Amazon wish list a farm in Idaho. They don't have that. I'm just joking. You know what I mean, though. If they had that, I would put it on there. The ghost of Steve Jobs. Where you at? Where you at, the ghost of Steve Jobs? Hey, Steve Jobs ghost. Where you at? Oh, I didn't even mention the Patreon today. Hey, guys, go check out the Patreon if you want to support the show. Thank you. Okay, cool. We'll move on. Yes, today actually is the last day of the month. And to be honest with you, I appreciate everybody's super chats today. After YouTube did all these... So YouTube did a ton of updates like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. None of my super chat shows up in my income now on YouTube. So I'm a little bit concerned that it hasn't been showing up ever since they did these updates. I assume they're going to work it out, though. I assume they're going to work it out, and it should be fine. But it just hasn't been, shown up in there. But one thing I do know is if you want to support the show, Patreon is a great way to do it. Today is not basically the last day. Today is the last day if you want to support for next month, basically, or for, April. It's April 30th today, so today's the last day of the month. Everybody will be charged basically tomorrow, the 1st. And then the Patreon is basically just how I'm able to show up here, do shows, make short videos and all that kind of stuff, and be able to get stuff out to you guys. So a very big, super appreciative thank you to all 294 of you. It basically was one of those things, like, we lost like 30 Patreons this last month, but we gained 30 Patreons this last month. So it's kind of a wash, which is awesome, because we'll just be able to keep going. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have gone to my Patreon and they're like, dude, that's like so much money, man, just to make videos. But this is my primary income, to keep that in mind. And the $1,100 that is on there, keep in mind, I am taxed in the top tax bracket, which is 37%, which is brutal. But hey, it's 37, and then they drop it down to 32. So once you file, but we get taxed in the highest degree because I'm independent. It's all right. That's just the way it is. And so that's one of the things that I always try to explain to people, that like, oh, you know, a third of that's already gone. That's not even mine. So that's that kind of deal. Ultimate Fish Keeping Show is here. Hi, Corvus. How are things? I'm just in from work. Sorry for checking in late. I hope you don't mind. I mentioned your channel in a shout-out video I uploaded on Sunday. It is to show my appreciation for having me join in on the streams. Hey, Ultimate Fish Keeping, I appreciate it. That is super awesome. I don't believe I saw the video. Otherwise, I probably would have commented, like, thanks, you know. But I will most certainly check it out when I get an opportunity. And thanks for the shout out. I wholeheartedly appreciate it, man. It's really cool. JH Aquatics says, nice thumbnail, hashtag clickbait. It's not really clickbait because we're having a baby. 100%. So that's not clickbait at all. It's reverse clickbait. We are having a baby. We are 12 weeks pregnant, and we don't know if it's a boy. We don't know if it's a girl. We don't know. And you guys will, I mean, I'd like to say that you guys will know on the same day, but somewhere around the time that we find out, you guys will find out also, and I'll definitely be letting you guys know. And if it's a boy or a girl or whatever, but I'm super excited, and it's a big time. It's big time. We are having a baby. It's not clickbait, you guys. It's the first time I put a clickbait-ish title up that is clickbait, but it's not. Normally, if I do a clickbait title, you have to read the whole title. You know what I mean? Like I did a drilling at the like how to drill your aquarium at the aquarium co-op, and like a whole bunch of people were super pissed. Whole bunch of people were like super pissed. You clickbait, you didn't even tell me how to drill a tank. And I was like, dude, within the first 20 seconds, the card popped up of a video of me literally, this is how you drill a tank, like real time. So it calmed them down because they were like, oh, I didn't know what this other one was, but now I'm pissed because you are a stupid face. It's not what they said, but you know what I mean. So no, it literally is. We are having a baby. I'm super excited. Okay. I got to explain something from this weekend. So we kind of, we watched we watched a movie Saturday night, and Sunday morning we went and saw The Avengers, okay? And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I'm going to tell you, if you're going to see The Avengers, just prepare yourself and maybe put on a diaper or something. I don't know. It might be a smart move. It just might be a smart move. But we went and saw The Avengers, but I'm going to talk about Kodachrome. If anybody has seen the movie Kodachrome, that movie kind of just hit me right in the gut. And, yeah, if you guys have seen Kodachrome, it's a fantastic film. They did a really good job. Ed Harris and what's his name? Jason Sudeikis, I think is how you say his name. But that really hit home, and especially kind of really upset me knowing that I'm going to be a father at some point. And a lot of that stuff really just, was pretty intense. So it's a super intense movie on Saturday, super intense Avengers movie on Sunday morning, by the way, which we left here at like 7:30 in the morning to go watch a movie. You know what I mean? Which is, by the way, is fan-freaking-tastic. I will tell you, it is awesome it's awesome that exists. And I'll tell you this much, the movie theater was busy, Okay, the movie theater was busy. It was like 7:30 at night on a Friday night. There was just tons of people there. It was super cool. And here's the crazy thing. Every single theater was playing the Avengers, okay? Every single theater was like, oh, this one's at 8:20. That one's at 8:40. This one's at 9:10. This one's at 7:45 or whatever. I mean, it was like every single theater in that place was playing the Avengers. So every single person was there to see the Avengers movie, to see a superhero movie, which was, I will say, was a fantastic movie, but just prepare yourself ahead of time mentally. It's going to be intense. I'll put it that way. We've got a bunch of super chats again. Oh my gosh, we're going to get to, I appreciate, you know what, guys? Thank you. Thank you for all the super chatting. I'll put it towards diapers and stuff. It's maybe a new lens. I don't know. To kind of trail off. Bob Kaler. Oh, sorry. Oddball Aquatics with a $1.99 super chat saying diaper money. Love what you do. Congrats, man. Thank you very much, Oddball. I love what you do too. The Oddball Aquatics. Bob Kaler. K-Lore. Oh, man, I've seen that last name like 100 times with a T on it, or 100 million times with a T on it. I've never seen it with a C. That's pretty interesting. And I don't know why I find that interesting, but, I do. It says, congrats to you and Victoria on the new edition. How is she doing? She is doing great. She's doing really well. Standard issue stuff. She's pregnant. I mean, I pretty much encapsulate it with that she's pregnant. So whatever that means, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to put myself in a position where I may or may not have said something stupid. So I'm just going to say she is doing well. She's excited like I am. And good. As long as I have enough cereal around, she'll be good, right? Multi-tank addiction. What is up, my man? Is asking. Anyone have any recommendation for another fish for me to breed? I have a bunch of live bearers right now. Fish to breed. I would almost think like what. I would almost think like, what are your water parameters on a typical day for what fish you may or may not want to breed? That would be my next fish that I would move over to, is something that's fairly close to what you already got. Unless you want to be like super challenged, then I would, what would I breed? Like figure 8 puffers or Nerite snails. If you want to be challenged, breed Nerite snails. That one is surprisingly difficult, and I think you would be shocked at how difficult it is, considering how cheap they are, because nature does such a good job of it, but it is not easy to do in the confines of like a garage or something like that. Tim Lewis with the $10 super chat saying congrats. Thanks, man. Travis C with a crazy violet purple $50 super chat says, I've been listening to your content for the last month. Well done. Really enjoy it. Here's a little to support the cause. Thank you very much. That's $50 super chat is super generous, man. That is all right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following along. Thank you for subscribing, and thanks to all of the subscribers out there and stuff. There is a point where somebody was asking me. They were like, there has been what's the word I'm looking for? There have been some there's been a lot of inquiry out there that were like, man, are you super upset that you're not at 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers or any of that kind of stuff? And I have to say, like, from a really honest point, like, dude, I wish I had 1 million subscribers. That'd be rad. Like, yeah, like, I don't, what? Like, like, okay, I don't know what's the point of the question. I mean, like, yeah, it would be awesome. But realistically, I'm super stoked where we're at. You know what I mean? I'm super stoked where we're at. It's crazy to even think that we're at hold on, let me look. I don't want to be wrong here. Let's go to the dashboard. Going to dashboard loading. 12,706 subscribers, which is intense. It's super intense. You know what I mean? It's super intense to there's like 12,700 people like, hey, I want to check out what you're doing. Cool. I think that that's crazy intense. And am I satisfied? I don't know. I'm going to keep going, and hopefully it keeps growing and we're able to do more and more projects. Like, that's my ultimate goal. I was literally having a conversation with Kobe the other day that I was like, dude, I have completely has slipped my mind that the ultimate goal for the Patreon was to get to the point to do a 20,000 gallon aquarium. That's like the whole point of the day of the Patreon, was to do a 20,000 gallon aquarium that I don't think any of us would be able to pay for out of pocket. You know what I mean? Like, I know I can't. There's no way that I would be able to put that together. But you know, if there's 12,000 people chipping in $4, we could just get one, right? You know, so I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? We could, like, if there's 12,000 people kicking in $4, we could just get one, and then I could set it up somewhere and maintain it, and then be like, yeah, here's this big old fish tank. Now, the 20,000 gallon aquarium that we want to get is actually one that would be a modular unit. We'd be able to load it up onto a semi and take it somewhere. But I'd completely forgotten about that part of the goal. And that's a big part, like, of what we're trying to do here. And we're trying to grow. We're trying to reach more people and try and do kind of bigger, crazier projects. You know, it's like the Seattle Aquarium, or whatever big city, Chicago Aquarium, whatever you want to call it. You know, whatever city that you're in. You know, it's not one person ponying up for that. It's a whole bunch of people chip in tax money. They do fundraisers, do all that kind of stuff, and do these giant projects where people can go to and stuff. And yes, ultimately that is my long-term goal. You know, I do want to open up a big property where I can hopefully do more than just train my own child, which, yes, I am 100% going to be as much involved all the time in my child's learning experience and stuff like that. I'm going to be teaching them everything from her or him or whoever it is. I'm going to teach them everything that I can possibly teach them, whether it's welding or woodworking, or they want to learn math, or maybe they want to learn music, or maybe they want to do art, or maybe they don't want to do any of the stuff that I want to do. But I'm going to definitely teach them whatever I can all the time. And yes, my long-term goal is to be able to open that up more to the public and be able to do more things along the lines of trying to incorporate into more of the community and try to pass on more information to more people. At some point in time, I can't imagine how cool it would be if you know, our long-term project ideal in our head is to be able to own a property that has between 20 to 30 tiny homes on it that we've actually put onto the property, and then also be able to host, that would be able to host people like over the summer or like the spring quarter or fall quarter or whatever that wanted to come out and be able to, hey, I want to come, you know, I want to come learn stuff, and I've got a 2-week vacation. I'm going to book cabin 19 or whatever, and be able to come out for a couple of weeks and learn things. And yes, there are other groups of people out there doing this kind of stuff. For there are some really cool projects out there for the homeless people. Now, this isn't necessarily for homeless people, but you know, I'm definitely down for that idea to possibly do a lot of outreach to either AA or NA or Smart Recovery or any other groups out there that maybe want to come out and learn some skill set and stuff like that, yes, I'm definitely down to be doing a lot of that stuff. That is my ultimate long-term goal. I want to hit that goal by the time I'm a certain age, and I'm not going to say exactly when it is, but I do have a bit of time to pull it off. But I do have that hard-lined in that this has to happen by the time I hit a certain age. So, you know, there are long-term goals that I have going on, and a lot of that is going to keep going in that direction, and I'm going to keep going that way. I think that YouTube and being able to do this show, do this channel, and this great community that we have here, I personally think that, you know, you guys are realistically the reason that I come on and do this stuff. Like, that's the real reason, like, deep down in my weirdness, like, that is the reason, is to come on here and talk to you guys and hopefully shed some light on something, like, you know, whatever it could be. You know, and I do imagine somewhere in the future, a long time from now, that, you know, that there may or may not be some kind of community that is much larger just than my little micro footprint, that a lot of people have come together and they might go, hey, that was one of the guys. Like, that was one of the guys that, like, did some of the stuff this one time. And not even necessarily be like, that's the one guy. I don't even want that accolade, but just to somebody to go like, oh, you know, great grandpa Gerald, you know, the crazy dude, he was one of the dudes that helped set this whole thing up, you know, and he was just, you know, one of the hands that was here. So, you know, that's what I'm going to keep working towards, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. But we have a big old Euro super chat here from Smeel Kapoor. A 20 euro super chat says, congratulations. By the way, try our first music album, Free Range, by our band Zoo and Aquarium. I guess you guys would like it, and not just because of the band name. Well, Smeel, I will be glad to check out your band and check out your album. I mean, why not? I'm a big music guy myself. You know, some of you guys know that I spent a few years in college working on music theory and fine art, and a lot of writing and stuff, and many years. Never got a degree because it just seemed like kind of a waste of time to get a piece of paper that I'd stick on the wall. Never really did much for anything, but you know, that's just the way I feel about it. Lissa Bentley says, oh, you could get connected with 4-H. Yes, 4-H is something. I think 4-H is a great organization. You know, when we were up in Alaska, we went to one of the 4-H auctions while we were up there. Met a lot of great 4-H people up there. I think that 4-H is an awesome program. I don't think that 4-H does a lot of the stuff that I would like to teach people, because they do plenty of the animal handling and stuff, which I think is amazing and definitely should be learned by anybody between the ages of 10 and 16. Should be spending some time learning where their food comes from, especially if it's going to be meat. Unless they make a firm commitment to be a vegan for the rest of their lives, I think that they should be handling some of those animals in the meantime. But a lot of what I would like to do is be teaching the agricultural side of things, which I know that 4-H does some of that stuff, but, you know, like I said, they don't teach necessarily like the woodworking. They don't teach the plumbing. They don't teach welding. They don't teach a lot of that stuff that I think is going to be instrumental for kids moving forward. And I don't see a lot of that happening. And like I said, it's not even necessarily like what I'm trying to do is teach just children or whatever. Would be happy and I would be enthusiastic to teach like 25-year-olds that are like, I don't even know how to change a tire on a car. You know what I mean? Like I've met a lot of people that don't know how to change a flat. And they're like, how old are you? And they're like, I'm 28. You're like, how did you get here? You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, why haven't you learned that yet? And it's like, okay, well, why don't we learn it? Let's do it. Let's do this thing. And some stuff, you just have to put your hands on it to learn how to do it. You can't necessarily just, you can't just necessarily just make a video out of it and then be like, oh, watch the video and now you know how, right? And certain things just need to be taught in person. And I think a lot of that stuff, agriculturally or, however you want to relate to it, I think needs to be taught hands-on and in an immersive situation. It's one thing to watch a video and you talk about having to shovel manure, but people may or may not actually understand what it is to shovel manure until they actually have done it in person and then go like, oh, you know what I mean? I don't think it's necessarily like just I don't think that what I'd be setting up is just for kids. And also I think some of it would definitely be vacation type based stuff too. Whitewater rafting, rock climbing, probably hunting and stuff like that. So there'd definitely be an outfitter type vibe to it. And that's definitely what I want to be, there does come a point where it's like, well, it does have to be a sustainable business in the fact that there's stuff that you got to buy and then stuff that you don't have to buy. You know what I mean? Like there's you can grow a lot of stuff and things like that. But, Ed's Fish says, that's one thing I thought about growing up poor. I can jimmy rig anything to keep it running. It's one of those things. Like I don't, I wouldn't necessarily sit down and say, see, it would be weird for me to say that like I had a less than favorable childhood, because I really did have a favorable childhood. I had a lot of things were open to me because of sacrifices of my parents. You know what I mean? They definitely exposed me to a lot of things and gave me a lot of opportunities to do a lot of cool things. And I would like to be able to pass that on as much as I can, and it not just be, oh, I'm just going to teach my one kid. You know what I mean? I'm going to, or whatever. And not just leave it at like, oh, I'm just going to teach this one kid and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to help anybody else out, So that's the way I see it. I see it that, the world community is more encompassing than just my immediate surroundings. And I would like to, do the best to reach out to more people, and so that's, I don't even know how I got off on this. Oh, I was just trying to say thanks to subscribers. Well, thanks, subscribers. I've been yammering on like a maniac. Oddball Aquatics says, well, speaking of children, I have to go because my 3-year-old has decided to poop, and she says, you changed my diaper, Mommy, and everything will be all right. Hashtag potty training sucks. Potty training is hard. It's not the easiest thing. Devin Pepper says, what is your opinion on angels in a 45-gallon tank? How many could I put with some ditherfish and 2 plecos? Angelfish in a 45. I honestly wouldn't go over 2 pairs in a 45 with angels. I would not go over that. You realistically can end up in a... You can really end up in just kind of a chaotic situation with more than 2 pair in a 45. It just can get overwhelming. But if you're only going to have a 45-gallon tank and you don't have any other tank, I would consider same-sex angels if you can. Otherwise, pairs will breed. Angels will breed. And you will end up with more of them. So I would consider... either same sex or set up some spare breeders for all the babies and stuff like that, so you can get kind of selective and move some of those on. Ashley Taylor with a £5 super chat saying, just tuned in. Is that you're going to be a daddy? That's right. Congratulations. You'll soon be doing random 4 a.m. live streams. Well, I doubt that I'll be doing random 4 a.m. live streams like with my baby or anything like that, but I will always keep it random, but I will always try to keep to the schedule as much as possible. I do have some long-term plans as far as the show and all that kind of stuff. Slowly coming into fruition, but we'll see how it goes, and it should be fine. Everything should work out just fine. We are coming up on the last 5 minutes, so let's try to hit the lightning round. Anybody that missed getting their question in, we'll try to get it in. Jagator1 says, why has my Bumblebee cichlid been going back and forth and hovering at the top of the tank since doing a water change? Any help would be greatly appreciated. Like, been going back and forth and hovering at the top of the tank since doing a water change. I would double check your water chemistry on a water change. If you see any redness in the gills, that might be an overabundance of some chemical that you might not be typically in place from your water change. Strange behavior right after a water change can sometimes be a pH swing, but it's more often than not a chemical you weren't expecting in your water from the water company. So I would double check your water from the company and double check what's going on with it. I would test some of the coming out of the tap and see what's going on. Last time I saw big time freak out was the chlorine level was like 8 times what it normally was. So that's what I would look for. Immortal Slayer 82, Joel, how are you so cool? I am cool because I did everything wrong for a really long time, and instead of just continuing to do it wrong for a really long time, I got a little bit of humility, and I decided to correct some of the errors of my ways. I have a long ways to go, and I got a short time to get there, right? But I just do the best that I can to try and correct previous errors, and it seems to be working out. Seems to be working out all right. Dan Squire says, hey, B, Joel's having a baby. That's right. Thank you, Mr. B's Fishing Things. Devin Pepper says, what's the best schooling / dither fish for the 45 gallon? For angels, I can't think off the top of my head. Oh, no, I can't remember what it is. Well, I feel like an idiot, but send me an email and I'll be able to get back on you because we're in the lightning round of the last 2 minutes here. Let's see. What's trying to catch up. Oh no! Wow! Congrats! Says keep on trucking. Still moving plants around. Will be listening, but wanted to say bye now. Thanks for talking to my ear. Oh my God! It's a baby. It's so exciting. Ed's Fish says, Joel, did you used to smoke? How those toothpicks working? Trying to quit after 25 years of smoking. We're right up here on the end of the show. I will tell you, I'm still trying to quit smoking myself. I just chew on toothpicks because I'm a crazy person. But yes, I'm quitting. But it's in the works. I'm trying, man. But I'm working on it. Got some patches in the mail, and we're gonna go that route. Devin Pepper says, would this be a good stocking for a 45-gallon, 4 angels, 2 bristlenose, plecos, and some ditherfish, and 5 coolie lotions? Yeah, actually, that would be pretty. That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. I wouldn't argue with that. Yeah. Let's see. Chat is open for real fish talk. Oh, the chat is open for real fish talk. You guys can check it out. If you guys want to go there and continue chatting on with each other, you guys can go there early. I want to say thank you very much for everybody coming out. And yeah, because we're up here on the 5 o'clock hour, and I gotta get out of here, you guys. I gotta get my sick dog and get some dinner ready for my pregnant lady who's got an extra baby. She's got 2. She got an extra tummy or belly or person living inside her. And So that's going to be the end of the show for today. If anything got missed, I saw a ton of chat flying by. Feel free to email me or post it in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. I will talk to you all later. Anybody see that button? Where's that button, man? Hit the button.